Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm one Vexy guy, and today we'll be going over a build that could quite be a contender for a new meta. Okay, so now on to the quote-unquote meta build. It is double hand cannons. I find that I like to cover a lot of ranges, so I found the best thing to pair this with, and the weapon I was really trying to build around was the last word. The last word reaches out to approximately about 20-22 meters in around there for damage fall off starts to happen. And with especially on controller and the hipfire grip, you can really delete people with the aim assist. I naturally pair that with a longer ranged hand cannon. So I have a palindrome adept here that I like to use most of the time. It has rangefinder, high cal, fluted barrel, a range masterwork, and an adept range weapon mod. I did go bottomless grief. I mean, it does help like a bit, low over subsistence anyway for PvP. Um, but I find that this one, I believe, reaches out to about 35 meters. I do have an igneous hammer, which I don't have with me here, which is pretty well rolled as well, and it reaches out to 38-ish meters. So it depends really on what I'm doing. However, I find for most cases, I like the palindrome over the igneous hammer. I am running a rocket launcher, and of course I'm pairing this with my absolute favorite build at the moment, which is Bottom Tree Stormcaller because of those Arc Souls. Um, because of running Bottom Tree Stormcaller, I'm also running Getaway Artist simply because I did a build video about this before, but essentially the main takeaway point is that your Rift comes back faster, and your Rift, when it goes down, if you're using Getaway Artist, produces the supercharged sentient Arc Souls, which essentially put out double the damage. So you have a very high uptime with Arc Souls. I'll go over the stat distribution with you real quick. Mobility, I just try to get as high as possible, but didn't want to stack too much into it. Thank goodness for Powerful Friends. Resilience was kind of my dump stat. I recommend running 100 recovery for this, or almost any Warlock build, just to get those rifts back faster and to get back into the fight faster. Discipline can be as high as you can get it. Discipline, intellect are kind of the two that I mess around with a lot. I used to run this build at 10, 6, 10, but I find that I've had a little bit better uptime with the Arc Souls with 10, 7, 9. And then strength, of course, size you can get it, but it's also kind of a dump stat. So here on the actual mods, I have Powerful Friends and a hand cannon targeting. Unfortunately, I only have 2 Arc Affinity armor pieces in this build. I see I have Arc Solar, Solar, Arc Solar. So if you don't have to have Powerful Friends up here, or if you don't want to use it, if you want to run with lower mobility, I would suggest running, if possible, 2 hand cannon targetings. I find that really doubles up on hand cannons. Is really good that way. However, I have a hand cannon targeting and a Powerful Friend. On Getaway Artist, I have Loader and Dexterity. You could run if you find that you are running out of ammo or you're having trouble with reloading, because the last word is really a 1v1 type weapon. You can maybe get 2 people in, but you have to reload that weapon. So I find that the 1 loader with 1 dex seems to work best for me. Mix around with it how you want to there, see what works for you. I also use a hand cannon, unflinching hand cannon aim modded on the armor piece. And then the boots, I find that I'm running Radiant Light, and since I'm not using special, I run hand cannon holster. So what these do, they're a new mod, and essentially what they do is as the hand cannon is stowed, it reloads ammo over time. I find that really works out well in this situation because I do have 13 rounds on the palindrome. So for instance, if I get into a fight with somebody and I take 4 shots with the palindrome and I miss 2 of them, let's just say in my case it would be, I come over and clean them up with the last word, and then I reload the last word and I keep on going with the last word out. When I switch back to my palindrome, I have those shots back in the holster, which is or in have the shots back. So that makes it a lot easier to continue to be in the fight, and you're not spending as much time reloading. And lastly, I run a double bomber, so I would recommend you run a solar bond for these perks right here. Reduces your grenade cooldown when using your class ability. So because we want to have a high uptime on our grenades to get back extra arc souls, and because we have 100 recovery, which means our rifts come back in 41 seconds, paired with electrostatic surge, which especially if it's charged at ×3, I think it drops your rift recharge rate down to 21 seconds or something in there. So if you're getting essentially a rift back between 20 and 40 seconds, and you use this with double bomber, it gives you a good chunk of your grenade energy back. So it's a nice loop there to have all your arc souls up. So now I'll take this build and show you a quick video that we did. 20 in Bastion.